Troops, welcome back to the Latana Army. I'm Lit, and this is Fortnite Save the World. And what I want to do today is address the new players. We've got a ton of new players coming into the game, and I've had loads of questions as well in the Discord, which is great. I might even put a new player section in there, so you know, if you're a new player to the game, you can actually ask questions. In fact, let's do that. Tomorrow morning, we'll actually have a brand new channel in there, which will actually be for new players to ask questions, or to actually see, you know, if there's something in the game that you don't feel comfortable asking in the comment section, maybe because you're scared of being called a noob or something like that, then you can come into the Discord and you can actually just ask your question there. But one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, how do you farm just basic materials? How do you get so many? People are running out all the time. So this is the easy way to do it. What I would usually do is put some time aside, maybe like an hour, or you know, the more time you can put aside for this, the better. But maybe like an hour or something like that each time, just before you actually go and play, and just start doing it this way. And what you actually want to do is get to a point where you're maxing out your materials, and then what you're actually doing then is just topping them up each time you go into a mission, just by a tiny bit. You don't want to farm if you're in groups, you know, we need to do this in private. So all you need to do that is just click up here on these three little lines up here, and you've got public there, so you just click privacy, switch that to private. I allow friends to join just in case they're on and they want to help out, or they want to farm themselves. We can have a bit of a chat while we're farming, that kind of thing, including you guys as well. So we just hit apply like so. So we're in private. So what we're going to do now is just jump into a game, in a private game, and then I'll show you how to get wood, stone, and metal in absolute abundance. Now, there's two characters you can use, two heroes that you can actually take with you. One would be Striker AC, like we've got here. The other one that you could take with you as well would be the Pathfinder, also good. AC is actually slightly better because he's got this awesome anti-material charge, which can charge a lot further than what you know, the Pathfinder can, you know, so that tends to be a lot better. But it's down to you, it's down to personal preference. I know some people that only farm with the Pathfinder. We get these Pathfinder for life comments in the channel all the time, but that's totally down to you. I prefer the Striker AC, but like I said, always play this game the way that you want to play the game. So let's jump into a map, and I'll show you how to farm each of the basic materials. When you're choosing your map, it's important to decide what it is that you're farming for. For example, if you're going to farm stone and wood, then you're better off going into one of these forest maps if you can. Try and pick something that's not got a timer on it. So something like Ride the Lightning, something like, I don't know, do you know, the Atlases, something where you trigger the timer off, so you can actually farm in there for pretty much as long as what you want. Okay, so you can see from the top there, I've got rid of all my wood, all my stone, and all the metal. I've put it all into storage so you guys can see just how we get on. Now, if we just look at Striker AC skills quickly, I'm going to make this a short video, but if you look on Striker AC skills, one thing he's got is 3 phase shifts. So the phase shift is basically this look. So you can just zip around the map at whatever speed you want. And he can do 3 of those, and he's got an 8-second cooldown. So if you look on there, look, so if I zip across, 8 seconds it's got down in the bottom right there to come back up. 2, 1, and then it's back again, zip out, 8 seconds, that's it. And you've got 3 of those to use each time, so every 8 seconds just puts another charge back onto there. Now the teddies have both got 1 minute on there, so if we put those up, look, it's 60 seconds. If we get a charge fragment, like so, then what you'll find is the teddy then only has 43 seconds. So it's 43 seconds if you've got a charge fragment, and it's a minute if you've not got a charge fragment. And that's the same for both of them. So with those two skills are the same. But where Striker AC actually excels, if you like, is his actual anti-material charge. Now, so if we stand here and then we anti-material charge forward, you look there, it can go 3 tiles in total, which is absolutely massive. And if you wait on that, the cooldown's super fast. So the cooldown on there, look, is about 7 seconds. However, if you had a structure at the end of it, so if we just put on, and this is not a player built structure, so let's look at this tree here. So if we actually hit this, if you look, then it goes right down, and it's only 5 seconds that you have to wait for the actual charge to come back up. So if we just use anti-material charge normally, then we're going to have to wait 8 seconds. If we do this and we hit a tree, or we hit something else, so just wait on that, 3, 2, 1. Then it only goes down low. I think it's 4 or 5 seconds that you have to wait. That one seemed more like 4 seconds. But it's absolutely great. So you can see on there, if you're actually farming using the anti-material charge, you're going to be able to get loads of materials really quick. Okay, now, I've dropped all the materials again. I'm not going to basically make a video with you watching me farm, but what I do want to do is just basically let you know what to do. So what you want to be doing is make sure you're picking up these mushrooms as well, because you're going to need loads of herbs, plants like this, and then just line things up and just basically smash through it however you can. You've got a bit of an area effect on the anti-material charge as well, but just make sure you're picking up plants, stuff like that, and then just hitting through and getting as many things as you can. Now, you're only going to have a few second cooldown on everything, so if you're collecting things like wood, you can actually do it super fast. Don't do it near an encampment like I just did there, because you're going to get problems. But there we go, just picking up the mushrooms, going around, make sure you're getting the rocks as well. So look, just make sure you line it up there. There we go. And you're going to get planks, you're going to get wood, you're going to get all the basic materials you need. If you look on there already, we've got 200 wood and 118 of the actual stone on there. Got a load more stuff there, rough ore as well. And just basically do this round the map for, I don't know, probably say an hour. An hour should probably max. Well, do you know what? An hour would more than max it out. You wouldn't even need an hour if you're using this hero. Now, the other way, if you're going to use Jess, what you will find is Pathfinder Jess has got a stronger pickaxe, or one of the other Pathfinders, it's up to you. So the actual damage what you'll do will be much higher, but you will find that you're farming like this using Pathfinder Jess instead. Now, you've got a better chance of finding loot and things like that, which is great, but it just feels a lot more automated using AC. If you see anything like this, these are great for mechanical parts, but that's another video altogether. Things like walls, great. And just zip around the map and just basically try as much as what you can to actually level it. Like so, and just be lining it up all the time. It goes 3 tiles, don't forget. So if we look on here, so if we look 1, 2, 3. So that's where it's going to reach to if we stand there. So if we were to stand here, look, we should be in line with that 3rd tile. There we go. And it's got a bit of an area effect on the end of it as well. So it's not just going to stop when you get there. If you've got something next to it, then you're going to be absolutely great as well. Let's just go down here because I've definitely just seen another encampment. And it's great as well, you know, you can take out buildings as well. You can take out pretty much everything that you want to get that way. I tend to find that getting the actual trees and stones like this, or like the loose stones, tends to be a better way than taking down buildings. But that's one way to do it. Now, if you want metal, for example, you just do exactly the same, but you go into a city map and you just start taking out metal objects, such as cars, for example. One really important thing to note as well, which somebody asked, if you just leave this mission now, so if we just went exit and leave mission, we don't lose everything that we've gathered. Now, you lose any mission progress that you've done, so you're not going to get your rewards for the mission, don't get me wrong, but you are going to get all the stuff that you've collected. So we will still have the 1,239 wood, we'll still have the 585 stone on there, and we're still going to have the 4 metal as well. So let's just quickly jump into an industrial map or a city map as well, and I just want to show you as well how to quickly, you know, get loads of mechanical parts, nuts and bolts, and all that kind of thing as well. Okay, so just a few things to look out for, and I'm just conscious this is a brand new starter guide, so I don't want to go too in depth here, but if you see piles like this, so a pile of bricks like so, just gather those up. Piles of wood as well, they're some of the best ways to get materials really quick if you see them. If you want mechanical parts, just break down cars like this, zip over to the next one, just make sure you line them up right, wait a few seconds, and just go through. The little boxes like this are always great, so toolboxes can be good as well. You can break up these. You can also break up things like these as well. They're great for nuts and bolts. Also parking meters as well. If you see any parking meters on there, then make sure you go and grab those. But try and line things up. I'm not getting everything on this one because this is just to show you. I'm actually looking for some, like a metal deposit as well, just so you can see that. Okay, just put the bear down there because I found one. So this is the metal deposit here, so just search those as well. And you'll just get a decent amount of nuts and bolts. And look, you got 44 metal from that, which is great. But try and line up. Now, this is the thing. If you get down the side of the car there, because this anti-material charge has got a bit of AoE with it, we'll probably reach that car there as well. So if we do that, look, we've actually got both cars. So you just kind of hug the side of the car and do it that way. But all you need to try and do, just try and line as many things up as you can. Okay, these are also great for nuts and bolts if you see those as well. Now, if you can find like power generators and things like this, so things like this kind of setup here, all you need to do, just get next to them and just go across like so and take them out. Nice and simple. We're going to grab that. Now, I don't really want to be fighting much in here. You can pretty much ignore the fighting if you want to, just to save yourself on bullets, because you can, if you're going to be fighting in the map while you're farming, you're kind of wasting your bullets at the same time. But you can also get on roofs as well. If you get on the actual roof of somewhere, you will sometimes find like solar panels, things like that. They're always great to farm. Things like this little box here is great. And this is how you're going to get metal. Now, what I tend to do, if I'm after just metal on its own, I will just look at the map like so, and I will just follow the roads around, get all the cars off the main roads, and then just start the mission again, nice and simple. So I just go through like so, move on to the next one. Nope. Just wait for it to cool down. That is it, and I'll just go around just getting cars, and that is it. So what I'll be getting there is mechanical parts, nuts and bolts, and metal. That tends to be enough. You know, if you do that for an hour or so, just jumping in and out of maps, you'll tend to find that you're going to have an absolute ton of everything that you need. So if you get inside a building like this one, for example, look, where it's got the machinery in it, then that tends to work pretty well. You know, you can get into there, and look, you can get a ton of mechanical parts that way as well, which is always great. Just break these up just because we're waiting for the material charge to come back up. There we go, we'll get these two. And it's just about lining stuff up and just making sure that you're kind of maximizing everything that you need. Now, my bags are actually full at the minute. So there's nothing more for us to pick up. So guys, that's the fastest way that you're going to get materials. That's the quickest way to actually get them, just the base materials. Now, there's other methods what you can use if you want to get things like mechanical parts, nuts and bolts. If you want to, you know, farm ores, for example. So things like malachite, things like sunbeam, and things like that. If you want to get all those separately, then you let me know down below. If you know what, if you're at a level where you're getting sunbeam, you should probably know how to get it already by now. But if you're someone who's new and you want a specific guide on how to get copper, malachite, all that kind of stuff, or you want to know how to get something else in the game, is something that you're losing out on, or something that you're not finding, then let me know in the comments down below. For you guys that watch all the time as well, do you know what I want you guys to do is kind of answer the questions in the comments as well. Do you know, so if someone puts a question in there, just make sure that you answer it, or if you can, if you've got time to do that. I know a lot of you lead really busy lives, but that's one thing that I do love about this community, is that we do help each other out. I see it all the time in the Discord. I didn't get on the Discord much yesterday, but I could see you guys talking between yourselves and helping each other out, and that speaks volumes about the Save the World community as a whole, which hopefully that's going to keep on going as well. But guys, massive thanks for watching. If you're not part of the Latana army already, make sure you hit your subscribe button. Also, as well, make sure you comment down below to give your thoughts on farming. Maybe you've got a faster method. I would love to know. Leave a like as you leave, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching today, guys.